Hello, welcome to the video on reaction rates. We're going to test two different things. We're going to test the temperature on how fast something reacts, and we're also going to test the surface area to see if that has an effect on how much something reacts. So let's start with some background information. First of all, you should do the background information of the lab before you watch this video, so if you haven't done that, please do so. You should also make sure you've done your question and hypothesis for both part 1 and part 2 of the lab, temperature and surface area. So for example, this is page part with the temperature. Make sure you do that where you predict what you think is going to happen, and make sure you do that where you predict what you think will happen with surface area. If you're back here watching this part now, you've done that. So I'm going to show you briefly what happens, and then I'll tell you how to get some makeup data for the lab after we do that. So let's start with temperature. So I got cold water here, and I have hot water here. And what we're going to use is half Alka-Seltzer tablets, and we're going to put them in and see what happens to the reaction rates. So I think I'll do this at the same time. And I'll turn them so you're looking at the clear glass. So put them in, ready, go. You can see the hot water one has already pretty much stopped reacting. And you can see the cold water one is, in fact, still reacting. In fact, it'll probably go for a couple minutes. So the hot water reacts much faster than the cold water. Now, these are both at just tap water temperature. So this is actually part 2 of the lab. And in part 2 of the lab, we tested surface area. So to do that, what I did is I took a quarter tablet and I smashed it up into a powder. That would be a very high surface area. And then we'll just take a quarter tablet like that, and that will be our low surface area. There's not as much surface touching the water. When you smash it into little pieces, there's lots of surfaces for the water to touch. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in at the same time, and we can see what happens. This one's already stopped reacting, and this one is still going. So you get the main idea of what we did in the lab. Now, how are you going to get data for the lab? I will put some makeup data online, either in the form of a video or a handout that you can download.